I know that both of you filled out the TYT election pool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I left the hard ones blank, and then I had to be reminded by Brett that I had to do the whole thing, and then I had to do the whole thing.
Yeah, he gave you.
It was homework. Why are you guys giving me homework?
It really was
Because
homework.
this is the Oscars game for political nerds. I always play the Oscars game. I don't know if the rest of you are as into that as I am. But so actually, you mentioned how hard it was. Well, let's get into it, Francesca. Let's take a look at your pool and see if you can identify a few of the ones that you didn't initially want to fill in.
Did I draw profanity? I can't remember.
Let's see.
Are you putting it at full screen?
We are.
So,
there it is.
All right. So electoral vote count. Are we going at one by one?
No, you don't have to go through the whole thing. I'm saying, but as you were looking it over, what are some of the ones that you found hardest to make a determination for?
Okay, hardest was popular vote margin. One, I don't want to know because we don't even calculate the winner via popular vote, so it's just painful, especially because it usually means a Democrat wins the popular vote, and somehow we still have the Electoral College, a vestige of slavery. Okay, cool, I'm done. But yeah, so that was hard because I was like percentage above. So I believe I looked at Hillary Clinton and how much she won the popular vote by in terms of this percentage, and I believe it was something like 2.5%, almost 3. So I was like, let's double that. I'm going with 4.4.
Okay.
That was hardest for me. QAnon Congress people, I was like, there are 19 running. Let's say, okay, the number 19 is that sorry, Q is like number 17. I think Q is 17 in the alphabet. I was trying to do the like galaxy brain thing that like QAnon people do, but I just decided 7. I think 7 of them will be in.
Are there?
Oh my God, 7.
Are there 19 running?
19 running.
Wow. Oh my God. You know, I'm starting to think that we may still have problems in America, even if Trump loses. Okay, now I noticed if we could go to yours for a bit, I have follow-up questions about 1 or 2 things. So I saw there that you believe that Susan, well, actually, I'm not sure if you believe Susan Collins is gonna win because you have both Susan Collins and her challenger checked.
Nuh-uh, that's not true. It's one or the other.
Well, which do you think it is? Because the graphic I'm looking at has both.
You're looking at an old, someone messed with my, this is fraud. This is a ballot fraud. I'm calling it. TYT is messing with my ballot. No, Susan Collins is gonna, oh no, you're right. I did it wrong. I was going by who I think is gonna lose. So, okay, here's the thing about me and forms. You
don't vote like this, do you? Did you vote for Trump?
No. But
I vote for the person who's going to lose.
It's great.
Okay, first of all, I got confused and I was just like, everyone who's gonna lose, I picked rather than who I thought would win.
Okay.
So just flip those. Go to Ben.
Who do you think's gonna win in that race, Francesca?
Oh,
You're not gonna Hogan Gidley me. Give me a straight answer.
Sarah Gideon is going to win. Susan Collins is going to lose. I got confused.
Okay, well then we're all there with you. Anyway, okay, let's push it to the side. Hey Ben, let's have a serious conversation here. As you were filling yours out, what were some of the tough calls for you?
Well, the call that I didn't want to make, which was how many QAnon Congress people would be there. And I just put yikes, man, because I mean, the thought that any of them are going to be there is a terrifying notion. And it really is, it does signify the fact that we've got a hell of a fight in this country, that people on that far extreme of the edges of rational thought can actually win and they will have political power. So I didn't want to answer that because I'm afraid I'm going to close my eyes and just see at the end of the night.
I love seeing that big bold yikes there. Yeah, that's definitely, after a little bit later on the hour, we're going to talk a little bit about the future. You know, we're going to project out there and the QAnon people are going to show up there. Now I noticed that both of you have Jamie Harrison beating Lindsey Graham. Are you relatively confident in that outcome?
That's more of a statement of faith. I'm hoping, I know the polling looks good. I know he has the fundraising, but it's still South Carolina. It's still Lindsey Graham. And I think actually, let me take that last one back. It's the fact that it's Lindsey Graham and people find him so repugnant that actually might give Jamie Harrison the boost he needs to win.
Francesca.
Yeah, I mean, he's been so spineless too. Like he's not even put a little bit of daylight between himself and Trump. And so I feel like, there might be, just by voter like apathy, Republican voters who might just leave that blank if they're not going to vote for Jamie Harrison. I think you could be looking at Republicans who are just leaving that and going to the next one, and just like, I don't even want to weigh in on this because he grosses me out, but I'm not going to necessarily vote Democrat.
You don't think that, like, his, as we've already said, his embrace of Trump, as well as the hissy fit that he threw during the Kavanaugh hearings, like, some Republicans seem to interpret that as strength. I personally don't see it, but he really has stuck by Trump. He's gotten insulted quite a bit by Trump for his troubles. But yeah, I think on mine, if we could, I think I gave that one to Lindsey Graham. I feel a little bit uncomfortable now. I feel like the odd man out, but I don't know, it's tough. Jamie Harrison does have a lot of money. I think that turnout is gonna be pretty good, but Lindsey Graham is very well known. And I think a lot of Republicans are gonna see him as a natural ally of Trump. I wonder.
And he also got a hug from Dianne Feinstein, which honestly gave him even
hug of death?
less strength.
Yeah. But also, I think the way Lindsey Graham grovels, right? I think people really pick up on that in one sentence in the primary, he wanted to sound like he was tough against Trump. And then he just kind of falls in line with the level of subservience that you almost don't get from anybody else in the Republican Party. If there is Lindsey Graham is the living embodiment of a bootlicker. And I think people in South Carolina pick up on that.
I think so. Now, in Texas, I think all three of us have John Cornyn winning. I think that the polls have been pretty clear there. Now, the awkward position that puts me in is that both of you have John Cornyn winning, but you have Texas staying red. I somehow believe that Texas is gonna flip blue, but MJ Hagar is still gonna lose. It's seeming like a bad bet now at this point. What do you think about that?
I don't think that's a bad bet, but I do think back to Ben's sort of like, we're secreting our way, we're vision boarding our way to Texas flipping blue. I don't have Texas. I didn't count Texas as flipping blue for Biden. But look, I support it. I support you in your dreams.
Thank you.
John, what did I put? No, I put Texas is going to go with the Republicans, but this morning I actually was with you the same way. I thought that if there's a possibility that Cornyn could win and Texas would go blue, because, well, I think we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I was just vision boarding too. Again, I'm like wishful thinking because I don't even know my rationale at this point.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for big day of turnout and that they actually count. I believe that the mail-in ballots have been being counted and that we'll actually have some of that result today, which admittedly might give a false sense of Biden's chances of winning if those early votes are shifted dramatically from day of voting that'll come a little bit later on. And I don't believe that Texas is known for counting all too quickly, but we'll see. I personally, like I said an hour ago, I lived there for more than 5 years as I was going to grad school. I love the idea that Texas could change. It might not be time.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.